All right. So we're recording now. All right, Jalen. So thank you for coming to the interview. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
ask you a few questions, and then take your time to answer them. And we're good to go. So with starting, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
All right, so my name is Jalen Ghee. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm currently a student at YSU. I'm a general studies student with a concentration in business. Coming back next year to get my post batch in business, and yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome, thank you. So, Jalen, what do you consider to be your strengths?
My strengths really, I'd say, is I'm a very determined person. I work really hard, not goal oriented, but process oriented. I like to enjoy the process and see the little pieces of the process come together. I'd also say so another one of my strengths is in the work environment. I'm relatively easy to get along with. I mean, obviously, I like to speak my mind and say what has to be said, but I don't like to really I don't really like to cause problems unless like it's something where I have to like stand up for myself or stand up I believe in the workforce, and then I'm usually very productive. I'm usually on time with getting my task done when it comes to work.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, teamwork is very important. So, awesome. On the other side, what do you think are your weaknesses?
My weaknesses, um sometimes I can see myself, long day of work, I can kind of see myself maybe getting distracted a little bit, stuff like that, or then just sometimes I don't really like to ask questions if it's something I don't really understand, and sometimes I let it boil to the point where it gets to okay, I have to ask a question. So that's something I've been working on, and then just being trying to be more open with asking questions and making sure I fully understand instead of thinking that I fully understand it without asking questions if necessary.
Okay, yeah, I like the fact that you said you're working on it. So that's good to hear. So we talked a little general, strengths and weaknesses. Can you tell me about a specific failure that you've experienced and what did you learn from it? It can be from school, personal, from track. But if you can be like, if you can give me an example and what you learned from it.
So really, I'd say a specific failure of mine was probably in my first college. I started school, college before COVID happened, the semester before it happened. So my freshman year, I got sent home for COVID. So then my sophomore year, everything's online pretty much. A lot of people are down about school being online, not really doing their work. And me, I didn't flunk out my school, but I was at the point where I was almost flunked out of my school. So then I left my first college. I went to a community college, and then from there, I mean, it kind of was a growing up moment just because like going to community college, that was like really my last chance per se to get back to like the four levels year school and then to be able to run track at the next level. So I really just had to learn how to like kind of not man up, but kind of like grow up a little bit and then kind of do the work that needs to be done and then just work on myself each and every day and just making sure that the Jalen I was, say, yesterday was April 15th, on April 15th, is a different and better version of himself on the 16th. So just each day trying to become a better version of myself. And then kind of I would also like take notes like throughout the day, like things I want to work on, improve on the next day. So that was another key part right there.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good to hear the improvement. Someone said if you improve 1% every day, at the end of the year, you're gonna be 365% better. So it's good. So we have a lot of students that apply to this position. Seniors, juniors, freshmen. I mean, graduate students. Why should we hire you over them?
I think really it's my experience in the field. I mean, I've had friends and family members in this field. So, I've seen like the work done, firsthand. I've seen what it takes. And then really just, I mean, obviously, me being a college athlete, I feel like that kind of puts me at an advantage because I know I'm able to juggle multiple things at once. I know the work it takes to be able to succeed in school and then in other facets of life. So I think that's also another reason. Then it kind of brings a whole different perspective because, like, I've seen things that they're worse, and I've seen like I said before, like processing. So the process of where it takes to become either the best at what you're doing or at least good enough to where you're good enough is better than other people and their standards. So I believe that building that standard is a reason and understanding what it takes is a reason that I'm very qualified for the job.
Awesome. Sound like you're very self-motivated.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, so this question's it's a little test. What do you know about our company or this industry that you're applying to?
So I know a decent amount. I've talked to we've had kind of I've done interviews in the past with people about this, kind of like talked to them, got their perspective on the field, and it taught me a lot. And then kind of like reading and researching. Then I actually have one of my best friends. He's in the field as well. So from talking with him, we talk out every other day, or at least every couple of days, and then he kind of gives me an update on the industry and kind of like how the field's going and the growth of it and then stuff like that. So I'm really just keeping up with this, something I've been doing. So I've learned a lot of stuff I haven't learned in college yet. Just learning from people who have gone through the labor force and then have the on-job experience kind of is teaching me without even having the on-job experience yet.
Okay. Sounds good. Last question is, do you have any questions for me?
Really just as far as the field, like what would you say, like, because I'm getting my post-batch next year and then probably looking at my master's within 2 years. Is master something you guys really look forward, like, for your applicants to have, or is just a regular bachelor's fine?
Okay. Questions? Any other questions?
What's another question? And then as far as what's the other question? I'm sorry, I had another question. I completely forgot it.
You're fine. You're fine. Anything on your mind, or you're good?
I'm good.
Okay. Let me stop the recording.